shloke Bhakti Bhavati Naistiki. Reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 3, Chapter 23, Text 1. Maitreya Uvacha Pitrubhyam Prastite Sadhvi Pitrubhyam Prastite Sadhvi Patim Ingita Kovidha Patim Ingita Kovidha Nityam Paryacharat Pritya Nityam Paryacharat Pritya Bhavānī va Bhavam Prabhum Bhavānī va Bhavam Prabhum. Maitreya Uvacha Pitrubhyam Prastite Sadhvi Patim Ingita Kovidha Nityam Paryacharat Pritya Bhavānī va Bhavam Prabhum. Maitreya Uvacha. Maitreya said, Pitrubhyam, by the parents, Prasthite, at the departure, Sadhvi, the chaste woman, Patim, her husband, Ingita Kovidha, understanding the desires, Nityam, constantly, Pratyachara, Paryachara, she served, Pritya, with great love, Bhavānī, the goddess Parvati, Iva, like, Bhavam, Lord Śiva, Prabhum, her Lord. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Translation. Maitreya continued, after the departure of her parents, the chaste woman Devahūti, who could understand the desires of her husband, served him constantly with great love, as Bhavānī, the wife of Lord Śiva, serves her husband. Please repeat. Maitreya continued, after the departure of her parents, the chaste woman Devahūti, who could understand the desires of her husband, served him constantly with great love, as Bhavānī, the wife of Lord Śiva, serves her husband. Purport by Srila Prabhupada. The specific example of Bhavānī is very significant. Bhavānī means the wife of Bhava, or Lord Śiva. Bhavānī, or Parvati, the daughter of the king of the Himalayas, selected Lord Śiva, who appears to be just like a beggar, as her husband. In spite of her being a princess, she undertook all kinds of tribulations to associate with Lord Śiva, who did not even have a house, but was sitting underneath the trees and passing his time in meditation. Although Bhavānī was the daughter of a very great king, she used to serve Lord Śiva just like a poor woman. Similarly, Devahūti was the daughter of an emperor, Swayambhu Manu, yet she preferred to accept Kardama Muni as her husband. She served him with great love and affection, and she knew how to please him. Therefore, she is designated here as Sadhvi, which means a chaste, faithful wife. Her rare example is the ideal of Vedic civilization. Every woman is expected to be as good and chaste as Devahūti or Bhavānī. Today in Hindu society, unmarried girls are still taught to worship Lord Śiva with the idea that they may get husbands like him. Lord Śiva is the ideal husband, not in the sense of riches or sense gratification, but because he is the greatest of all devotees. Vaishnavanam yatha Shambhu. Shambhu or Lord Śiva is the ideal Vaishnava. He constantly meditates upon Lord Rama and chants Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Lord Śiva has a Vaishnava Sampradaya which is called the Vishnu Swamy Sampradaya. Unmarried girls worship Lord Śiva so that they can expect a husband who is as good a Vaishnava as he. The girls are not taught to select a husband who is very rich or very opulent for material sense gratification. Rather, if a girl is fortunate enough to get a husband as good as Lord Śiva in devotional service, then her life becomes perfect. The wife is dependent on the husband, and if the husband is a Vaishnava, then naturally she shares the devotional service of the husband because she renders him service. This reciprocation of service and love between husband and wife is the ideal of a householder's life. Tasanstha Bhaktivedanta Parpoto Madhyanatimirandasya Gananjana Shalakaya Chakshurun Militam Ena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Preshtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swaminiti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvisesha Shunyavadi Pashyatya Shatarine Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Vaita Gadadara Ashadi Gaura Bhakta Vrunda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. So today we are starting a new chapter titled Devahūti's Lamentation. So Maitreya is narrating this chapter, and we have seen in the last chapter the Swayambhu Manu, after marrying the daughter Devahūti to Kardama Muni, he went back to his palace, and we saw how exalted he is because of his pure devotional service to Krishna. So here, after he left, what happened to Devahūti, that is explained here. Pitrubhyam prasthite sadhvi. After the father left the place, Sadhvi means a chaste woman. Devahūti is a chaste and faithful woman. Patim ingita kovida. She has nityam paryacharat. She has served the husband ingita kovida because she knows his desires. Ingita. She understands the desires of the husband, and then nityam paryachara, always serving the husband, pritya, with great love. Bhavānī va bhavam prabhum. She is serving so nicely. Here she has been compared to Bhavānī. Bhavānī means Parvati, who is the chaste wife of Lord Śiva. She is the topmost of all the chaste women. Bhavānī Bhavam Prabhum. How she serves Lord Śiva in the similar fashion we can see here Devahūti is also serving Kardama Muni. So these are the Vedic times, ideal situation, Vedic civilization. And during those days, both husband and wife are trained up in their responsibilities towards a successful family life. The boy is trained up from the early days, from the age of 5, to become a great devotee of the Lord. And the wife is trained up in paryachara, that means in serving, in the service. Particularly, she is trained up to become sadhvi, a chaste and faithful woman. This is the training. The whole education is centered around formation of this character in a boy and a girl. Because once the character is in place, then their later life, they can have a peaceful and a cooperative life. So, the topmost attention is given to building up character of the boy and girl. Then, after that, the next level of priority is good behavior. Then finally comes the knowledge or kind of education that we see. Education is given the third priority. The first priority is the character of a person. So, in the modern times, now this has become ulta. There is so much of education is given. Of course, that is also Jadavidya. In Devahūti's time, education means spiritual education. They all know that we have an existence beyond this body, and so they are not very keen in running behind satisfaction of the body and the senses. So they are differently oriented. Currently, there is no spiritual education in the society. Everybody thinks that satisfaction of the senses is the goal of life, and the whole education is meant just to train up in this. Education is meant for getting some money so that they can enhance their sense gratification. And then nobody cares about behavior and least about, and they care least about the character. And so what happens is, when people are not trained up in behavior, not trained up in character, then so when they come together, they have to relate with each other. What comes out is, behavior is important. How sensitively we behave with each other, how we understand each other, these are all very important things. During the day, there are so many interactions among the family members or among the community members, and what comes out to be very important is this behavior. And behavior is good if the character is good. If the members know the right values. What is character? Character means right value system. For example, those who come in touch with Krishna consciousness movement, they know that sadhana and chanting 16 rounds is given a great importance. Everybody easily they understand this. As soon as they become little serious, little sincere, they know chanting 16 rounds, attending sadhana is very important. It is so important that he develops great value in his heart. Great value. So, when he develops that value, how he develops? Because he is hearing in the classes, he is reading Prabhupada books, and Prabhupada emphasizes on this sadhana and reading, chanting 16 rounds. These are the important points. You understand, if I have to progress in spiritual life, if I have to progress in Krishna consciousness, I have to do my japa, I have to follow 4 regulative principles. You understand? So the great value increases in his heart. A person always acts for value. So if he has got a great value, that means he automatically acts for fulfilling all these principles. No need to tell him that you have to chant 16 rounds. He automatically does it. He knows, and he has got a great value in his heart. So the character is formed. Outside, we give great value for something else. Some material achievements or sense gratification. We give great value. And if this value is not met, we become very dissatisfied. We become very angry and so on. But in the spiritual life also, a similar phenomena should happen. If I am not able to practice, let us say not able to complete my 16 rounds and not chanting, one should feel threatened. His great value, whatever he has given, so it is not met. He becomes very angry on himself, on Maya, and then he tries to improve. So, outside, if they don't know this value system, so they have given great value for sense gratification. Like I was reading a small news clip that in Hyderabad only, I think in the Pata Basti, Old Basti area, it was a summer, and then husband told the wife, you please bring watermelon. And somehow she could not bring. So he sat for the lunch and all that. He is expecting watermelon to be there, and it is not there. Can you believe he has set her ablaze, set her on fire because she could not bring the melon. There is one more story in UP that the wife has asked for, now this is wife asking, this is husband asking, we saw what is the result. Wife is asking for kurkure, munchies. And she said, every day I want 1 packet. And one day he could not bring the packet and she left and went away. She said, oh. Kurkure versus husband. Sometimes coffee, tea versus husband also will come. So this is the, see, when you give big value for sense gratification, that is so important for me, that kurkure or melon or whatever is so important for me. So much value you have given. Then what is the result? The behavior you can see, horrible. There is no common sense at all. There is no reason, there is no logic. So now everything boils down to what is the kind of value we build up in our heart for Krishna consciousness, for devotional service, for sadhana, for chanting. That's why regular reading of Srimad Bhagavatam, regular reading of Prabhupada books is encouraged. Why? Because when we associate with Prabhupada, his pure devotional value system, we will also inherit. Now this is the beauty of simply hearing from Srila Prabhupada. By reading his books, by hearing his classes carefully, with love, in the mood of service. It is a service. And with little eagerness, if you can hear, then you will see Guru becomes more inclined to bestow his mercy on us. As we render services more and more, as we increase our service attitude more and more, then Guru becomes more inclined to bestow his mercy. And when his mercy comes, you develop all the nice value systems and values, the qualities, the transcendental qualities of the spiritual master will be bestowed upon the disciple. The disciple also becomes very serious. Prabhupada was so fascinated by his Guru. He was so fascinated by his Guru's classes and lectures. When all the other so-called senior sannyasis and senior disciples go away from the class, Prabhupada used to sit down and then without moving here and there used to hear with his heart, with his ears open. Jai Radha Govinda Ki Jai. He was so attentive. Actually, a speaker, when he looks at the crowd, he knows who is listening attentively. He can easily recognize. Obviously, Bhakti Siddhanta, he will easily recognize who is actually paying attention and who is taking it casually. So, when Bhakti Siddhanta saw Prabhupada giving so much of attention and this and that, Prabhupada has attracted all the mercy of his spiritual master. He has attracted so much mercy. Prabhupada used to say, in the beginning days, I could not understand the high philosophy of my spiritual master. When Bhakti Siddhanta was talking, so simply because he has not understood, he has not left. Simply because it is not attractive, he has not left the class. He simply sat and gone hearing. Because he is fascinated by the personality, Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati, and then he has that culture. So culture, character, value system, qualities, these are all connected. So if our values are bigger for these aspects of devotional service, accordingly our qualities will form, accordingly our behavior will be there. So important it is. So now what is the best way to develop these qualities and value system? The best way is to associate with great devotees. Prabhupada has given his purports, his books. Read those books. One should very sincerely associate with Srila Prabhupada every day. Minimum 1 hour you should associate with Guru. And when he is reading, automatically he will understand what is that which Prabhupada is stressing. In purport after purport, what is he stressing? Prabhupada always stresses on Krishna, Krishna's service, and then a devotee becomes infused with enthusiasm that yes, I should also be like this, I should also have great value like this, and then he will also, that enthusiasm will day to day will increase. He wants to develop and become more and more perfect. So this is the positive cycle for a devotee. The crucial point is, whom are you associating with? If you associate with a pure devotee, a great devotee who always talks about Krishna, Krishna's service, Krishna's holy name, then we will also be similarly inclined towards all those. But if we associate with some other content, either in the mobile or through some other source and this and that, automatically the blazing fire of devotional service will be put off, extinguished. Day by day, a devotee loses enthusiasm because his association is not good. So this is the care that we have to take. So that is the responsibility. So, here we see in Vedic times, they know this. That's why character is given the utmost importance. Then comes the behavior. And then comes knowledge and skill, whatever that talent, whatever they have. Now, modern times, what is happening is both husband and wife are very talented. Maybe both are working. They are working in a company. Both of them are drawing equal salary, big numbers, and both are smart in their knowledge, whatever that is. And but the value systems are not well defined. They have their own expectations. The wife will think, why should I serve the husband? After all, he is also getting something similar salary, or he is getting something less than me. Why should I serve him? And the husband is thinking, no, wife should serve me. So, who should serve is a big topic in their day-to-day fighting. And then because everybody, they have their own egos. No, I will not come down. He has to serve me or she has to serve me. How can a man come down? No, I cannot come down. So it's like that. And it goes on and goes on. Differences increases, behaviors change. And then one day, they're even thinking of separation. Divorce and all those things. Otherwise, we see even it can lead to violent behaviors between both of them. It's all very technical, scientific processes. For sure, these things are bound to happen because they're not trained up in proper behavior and culture. That's why in the Vedic times, the boy is trained up from the early childhood, from 5 years, how to become a very obedient servant of Guru. Adho Guruvashraya. So, taking shelter of the Guru, he has to live in the ashrama of Guru and he has to render menial services. Now, this is the first training for anybody. What is that? He has to do menial services in the Guruvashra. Nichavat, like a Nicha, very, very low person, one has to serve the spiritual master and starting with menial services. That means he will be told, you wash plates, you wash your, the vessels, cooking vessels, you have to clean the toilets, you have to clean the rooms, you have to clean this, you have to clean that. This is the training. This is, people think, what is this? What is this? Is this kind of a training? So that's why some people, some parents, they become, because they want to see their son sitting in AC room and some 100 people are there under him and he is commanding, do this, do this, do this, do this, all those, and they're all running around and doing. And here you have to take a broomstick and in front of everybody you have to clean. What is this? Cleaning somebody else's toilets? My God, what is this? But this is a most important training element. If you want to advance in life, not only in spiritual life, even material life also, you should have grown from this kind of a stage. Very, very menial services, life, very simple life. You know the struggles of life. You know how to take austerity. You know how to bend in front of others. Yeah, very important because that forms the character. This is character training. And you give away mobile to the child or big laptops or whatever and say, whatever you do, don't disturb me. And then he does all kinds of this thing. That is technical, he will become very technically skilled in operating that gadget. But He will not have any behavior, he will not have any character. Like once we went to one apartment, that's a highly guarded apartment, mostly costly apartment, highly guarded. They don't, the security is so tight, don't even allow some bumblebee also to go inside. It's like that. And then when we went, our faces are scanned, and then owner has seen or something. I said, okay, you send them here. So we went there and knocked at the door. First we knocked the door on the wrong door. Somebody else we knocked, we forgot the. And somebody said, no, so sorry, like that. We went to the next door. And then we went inside. Husband is very devoted man. He received. Wife is also very devoted. They both received us. And then both the children, they're sitting in the corner, leaning onto the wall. Both of them are holding, I think, some tabs. They're holding, and then both are absorbed. They don't know that we have come in, nor they are looking at us. They're very absorbed in those tabs. And then father is saying, hey, Swamiji has come. They are not seeing. First, they are not even listening to the. Somehow father could attract the attention of the children. He said, hey, Swamiji has come. They both simultaneously looked at us. Hello. And then again they have done like. So I'm not saying that is, the children, they don't know. Nor any school is giving this kind of a training, except Basilwood schools. There is only one school which is giving this Vaishnava culture to the children from the day one. Actually, we would like to give from day one, but we tell the parents, if you want to really train up your children in this culture, now first both of you should become devotees. Now you should understand what your child is saying. Sometimes the parents will come and complain, no, she is saying only Hare Krishna always. And what is this? So you should know, first of all, what is the culture we are talking about. So here it is mentioned that Lord Śiva, he is glorified because he is a great Vaishnava. Vaishnavanam yatha Shambhu is a great Vaishnava. And that's why his example is been given here. Bhavānī va bhavam prabhum. So this character training takes time. Unfortunately, in all our cases, we have come in touch with such culture, such exalted culture, Bhagavata culture, only in our 20s, after crossing our 20s, sometime even 30s. That's how we have come in touch. But whenever we came in touch, if somebody becomes serious, he is fortunate. And his journey towards building up his character begins. You understand what is very valuable. In our movement, what is very valuable? One is sadhana, and the other side is preaching. Mahaprabhu has summarized this. Janma sadhak kari, karo paropakar. Karo paropakar means preaching. So it's an organizational preaching. Organizational preaching means every preaching is happening by the endeavor of the whole organization, whole team. Within that, individually, the Guru selects somebody to do certain preaching works, and Krishna gives him the result. He recognizes, he gives the credit. So this preaching service, although we become successful, we should know that it is actually because of the whole organization. But I am fortunate that this particular service I got by the mercy of Guru and Krishna, and I should do my best. Devotees should learn how to give their best to the service. Giving best means I have so much of time, I have so much of energy, how can I give my entire energy, entire time for increasing my services to the Lord. This is called best. Giving best means. It's not only just a good wish in the mind, a good thinking in the mind. Yes, I should give my best. That is good. That's the beginning. But one should actually, during the day, he should give his best to Krishna's service. One should do Guru Seva. Otherwise, we'll become Guru Bhogi, simply enjoying the facilities of the Guru, and we will not contribute our best to Guru's movement. So, disciple means he becomes very grateful that I am in such a wonderful position. My Guru has given me service of Krishna, so let me give my best to him. There is a feeling of gratefulness, and he wants to pay back that gratitude, and then he gives his best. This should be the goal. Everybody should have, internally you should have some targets. Today I should read this, today I should complete my chanting by this, today I had to go to so many hours of service. Like that, one has to keep himself always in his best position, so that we can offer as much as possible quickly, day by day. I don't know how much time I have. Better I offer my best today, my best tomorrow. Like that, one builds up his spiritual life nicely. Any questions? Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai.